Hello, happy Thursday, my friends. It's Jen Pittelbach with By the Shore Stamping here for our weekly Thursday Throwdown. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm super excited to be stamping a little bit with you. I've actually been, if you saw my post earlier, I've been in and out of meetings all day. I just had the first one. It ran a little bit late, so I apologize for being a few minutes late. But I just finished that, and I was stamping as we go, and I have the global team meeting at 3 o'clock today, but I'm trying to get some classes done and all sorts of swaps done for the Shore Stamper group team page. We do a Shore Stamper. If you're a Shore Stamper, we do a team swap every month. And then I have Shore Club swaps to do as well. And then, of course, we'll do swapping at Backstage next week, which I'm leaving for the Leadership Conference in New Orleans on Wednesday. So I'm super excited about that, too. But so much creating to do, you guys. It's crazy. And then, obviously, so many meetings today as well. So it is a super busy day, so I haven't really had a whole lot of time to think about what I was going to do today, although I did kind of brainstorm a little bit during my meeting and was kind of poking around, and I have all this stuff still out on my desk from Tuesday's video. So we're going to play with the same stuff today, and we're going to see what else we can come up with. In fact, I'm using this stamp set, because it was on my desk, for my Shore Club exclusive class for this month as well. So lots of repurposing here. New cards for Shore Club, because they get an exclusive class every month right now, as the way it is at the moment. And so I'm working on that as we speak. And then, of course, I'm like, well, I've got all this stuff out. Let's see what we can do with it, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to turn this around. And we will, let me just make sure you guys can see. I'm a little off. Hold on. Let me just move this over. Okay, there we go. That looks good. See, I was stamping. I had switched my grid sheet so I'd have a nice fresh one for the live. And then I was stamping for Shore Club and I made a mess. So sorry about that. I usually try and have a nice clean one, but we're going to make a mess anyway. So if you didn't catch my video on Tuesday, the Teach Me Tuesday video, I did this card, the little sunset card. Super easy, super fast. You can see this on my YouTube channel. Just search By the Shore Stamping. This is like a 5-minute or less card, so it's really quick and easy. Hey, Liz. So this one, or the card I'm going to do today, is going to be similar in how speedy it is, I think. But what I wanted to do, so I didn't even grab any card bases. I did bring out my embossing gun and some white embossing powder. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. But I'm going to do a 4, what did I just do, 4? Let's do 3 3/4 by 5 as my panel. So I'm going to do the blending blushes, 3 3/4 by 5. The blending brushes again, because like I said, they're out on my table. I'm going to stick to the same color palette, I think, too. So we're using a nice, soft, subtle palette, which is So Saffron, Blushing Brides, Crumb Cake, and Calypso Coral. But what I think I'm going to do this time is, oh, here we go. I'm going to use this same, actually, you know what? Maybe not. I used this one last time. Let's do this one. Let's do, no. I'm going to stick to my original. I'm going to do this way because I want it to take up a little more space. Although, do I? No, I'm not. I'm going to use this one. All right, we're committing. We're going to do this. You'll see why in a minute, why I wanted to go with a smaller one. I kind of like the idea of it being outside of the template I'm going to use, but we're just going to go with this. So, hello, Jean. All right, so we're going to do some old-fashioned heat embossing first. Oops, look what I did, you guys. I already used this. Oh, crud. I used this and didn't clean it. So, now I just stained my ink pad. Oi. And I didn't, so I was using soft suede. All right, you guys. Sorry about that. Let's start again. It's still probably going to get a little bit of that brown ink on it from the ink pad, but it'll be fine. And we're going to heat emboss it, so it will probably cover it anyway, but it's all good. See, we all make mistakes. Anybody can do this, my friends. All right, so I'm going to re-ink this with Versamark ink. This is a sticky ink. I like to call it my sticky ink. So you want to kind of stamp with it and then add your embossing powder or whatever you're using fairly quickly. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, see, it's got a little bit of a brown hint. Normally that would be completely like clear, so you wouldn't even see it. But see, now it's good for the video, you guys can see it. But we're gonna emboss in white, so it should cover it. And yes, I'm doing white on white because we're gonna do some blending again. So now I'm just gonna get that stuff back in to my jar. I usually like to have a different sheet of grid paper so I don't get that embossing stuff on my stamping one, but that's fine. I have to order the new embossing kit in the holiday mini catalog. Did you guys see that? It's one of the old trays and some brushes and your embossing buddy, which I forgot to use, but it's okay. It looks pretty good. So I've added the white embossing powder. I'm gonna go ahead and just hold this down so that I don't burn my fingers. And we're gonna heat set it. Hopefully this will reach. It does. All right, so here's where the magic happens, you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but trust me, it's magical. Hey Marlene, hey Peggy. All right, so it's just gonna take a second for my heat embossing tool to heat up, and then we can go ahead and it will emboss my white powder, which now it does have a little bit of a brown tint, but you know what? I'm okay with it. And actually, as it's embossing, you can't really see the brown much anymore. So it's all good. No harm, no foul. It's actually good because now I can see what is embossed and what's not. Kind of helpful. So I don't know if you can see that magic happening, but it's kind of fun. All right, almost done. Give me 1 second. Just embossing this last chair. Okay, so now you can see it all looks white. Okay, so I'm gonna shut that off. Hopefully you could hear me while I was talking. For whatever reason, my comments are not loading there. Okay. All right, so good, Marlene. I'm glad I'm not the only one. So can you guys see? Oh, actually, can you see how that's not really shiny right there? It means I didn't get it. So let's go ahead. Just do that really quick. So everything is fully embossed. All right, that looks better, I think. Yeah, now it's shiny. Oh, but that little piece is not now. All right, little stinker. There we go. Yeah. Okie doke. So there we have it. I think that's all. Yeah, it's all good. So what I want to do is I created a little template. So I'm going to add some blending brush coloring to this, but only in a circle shape. So what I want to do first, thanks for sharing, Carol. Hi, Susan. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully this washi tape will work because it's a cheapy one, so it's not the greatest. And I can't tell where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. I found it. Oh, goodness. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to steal a little bit of this and I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't move while I'm blending. And you know what? I'm also, because this is the actual card up here, I'm also going to washi tape that so I don't get ink on that accidentally. Okay, and we'll just do one little piece on the bottom to keep it stationary. All right, so there we go. Now, I'm going to take those same colors as I had before. We'll do a little sand on the bottom. So I've got some crumb cake here. All right, I want it pretty light, I think, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of brown here. Okay, so that's my sand. Let's go ahead and switch to some yellow. So we're basically doing the same thing I did on the other one. We're just confining the space. And we added some embossing into the mix. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow here. Like that. Okay. Now we'll switch to some brown, some pink. Oop. And I've kind of gotten mine all mixed up color-wise, so I'm just going to use the same one, you guys. These are pretty good that once the color's off, we'll be fine. This pink is pretty light, so I'm just gonna go ahead, just a quick little blot on these. And we'll add our pink. Okay. Blend them together a little bit. All right, then the last one is the coral. So I'm going to grab the Calypso Coral and another blending brush. This one's pretty dark, so although I will say if you're going to use blending brushes, it does soak up a lot of your ink, so you'll probably want to use colors that you know you have refills for, or you'll want to make sure you order the refills shortly after that, because these blending brushes can kind of soak up a bit of ink. So just circling this on and blending that a little bit. Okay, let's make the sun kind of over here. I'm gonna use, this was an accident the other day when I was doing this, but I'm gonna make the sun right here. So we'll blend that out. Just doing a little circle of more pink here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab the pink and blend a little bit. Okay, just making it a little bit more pink right there. Okay, I'm going to blend it again. Now, one of the things you want to make sure you do is we're going to wipe that off a little bit. Where did I put those? I had some napkins. There we go. Actually, I have a tissue. That'll work. Okay. Sorry. I'm here. Alright, so I'm going to just take tissue, paper towel, a napkin, something like that. Wipe this off because it's just going to make that embossed image pop a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and carefully pull off the washi tape. This is cheap washi tape, so I'm hoping, there we go, we did okay. Alright, sometimes they can get stuck to your cardstock. But that was the only spot that it was actually on the cardstock that is going to be on my card. So this is my template, so I don't really care about that. At first I started to panic when I saw the white edge. I'm like, oh, I did it wrong. But no, that's what we wanted to do. Because now you can see the big reveal is we've got a nice circular element on our card. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna actually, I think, trim it down just a little bit. One, because I did peel a little bit of my cardstock there. So let's take it down to 4 3/4 by, what is it now, 3 3/4. So I'm gonna take 1/4 of an inch off each side. Right, yeah, right there. Okay, so there we have our little panel. I could actually die cut it out too if I wanted to, but I'm gonna, I think, leave it like that. Now, I didn't bring a lot of cardstock over here with me. Let me grab some cardstock here. I got my little cardstock bin and we'll see what I got. So I've got the yellow, the So Saffron, that might be nice. Okay, I kind of like that. All right, and you know what I think I'm gonna do? Is I think I'm gonna leave it like that, but what we're gonna do first is we're gonna grab some, hey Terry, hi Betsy. I'm gonna grab some yellow ink, So Saffron, and I'm gonna grab the cute little seashells from the Sun-Kissed stamp set, which I believe is this one. Yep. And I'm just gonna ink some of these and do them randomly here on my cardstock. Okay. There, so that's gonna go like that. Just gives a little bit of texture back there. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, and then I think I'm going to wrap some twine. Oops, I just tied a knot. Did you see that? Couldn't do that again if I tried. See if I can get it out. Hold on, I need my glasses. Let's pull that out. Maybe. There we go. All right. Oh, now I tied that. Oi, whatever. We're gonna leave that for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this underneath my little circle, I think. Let's save some extra. Okay. Like that. And I'm gonna tie a knot and then a bow. I always like to tie a knot to stabilize it first. I have way more twine than I need, but that's okay because I kind of want it to be a big loopy bow if it behaves. There's that silly knot that I made by accident. So that might be as far as that goes. That's okay. There we go. Like I said, I wanted it to be kind of big and loopy. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm going to make it stay put. So we'll grab a mini glue dot and I'm going to stick that, well, let me just make sure this is where I want it. I know that bow's really weird. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put it there. I think that will be good. We're gonna commit, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my little mini glue dot right there and stick that into it. It's just gonna help me kind of straighten out that bow a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna trim it just a little. There we go. Alright, so now we've got that panel. Okay. Now, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna add just a little bit of pattern paper here on the bottom to fill a little bit of that white space. And what did we say that was? Is that 3.5 now? I think, let's see. Yes, 3.5. So I'm gonna cut this 3.5 by, let's do 1.25. Actually, we'll do 1.5 because I can always cut it down if I need to, which I think I'm going to need to. I don't really want it to cover the bottom of that, so at least not that much. Let's cut it down just a tiny bit. Okay, so then this will go down like that. Actually, I'm gonna put it up just a little bit so it's more even with the string. Okay, there we go. I'll trim off the bottom. So that's gonna go like that. And we'll do that. Okay. All right. And I'll just trim off that little bit on the bottom, although I could leave it. It looks kind of cute, but I won't. I'm gonna trim it off. There we go. I didn't quite get it all. Probably should have just left it, but it's fine. I can just cut along the edge here. Oof, it's feeling very hot in here now. I don't have the air conditioner on today, as you can probably tell, because it's not as noisy. I have the windows open, but all of a sudden it's getting warm. It was comfortable earlier. All right, so these little guys like that. And I could put another little dimensional there to kind of keep it in place, what I might do, just because I want this guy to sit the way I want it to. I'm gonna put a tiny, tiny dab of liquid glue. Tiny, tiny, like tiny. It's not even really a dab. It's just sort of the residue on the bottle. So it will sit the way I want it to. Okay, and then I'm gonna pop this up. This little guy wants to be a brat. We'll pop this up, and then I need maybe a sentiment. But first, I think I want to do a cardstock mat. So, oh, I just dropped some dies. I'm going to use a piece of the cardstock. What did we say this was? It is 3.5, so I need 3 3/4 by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. 5. Okay, then I'll put this here and then pop that up on top of the pink, I think. Pink, I think. Okay, we're getting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach this. I'm gonna do this flat. And we'll do that. Okay, then we'll grab some dimensionals. Thanks for sharing, Joan. All right, and we're going to add some dimensionals. Like I said before, I like to add dimensionals to panels that have like a bow or twine or something like that, just because it gives a little room between the two layers so they don't bump, like they don't create a little speed bump in your project. Oh, it stuck to me. Boy, it's a good little dimensional. I think those are actually the ones out of Paper Pumpkin, my Paper Pumpkin kit last month. All right, there we go. Okay, now, last but not least is a sentiment. So, I'm going to use, I think, crumb cake for my sentiment. And I think I will use the Happy Birthday Sunshine, which I need to clean. So I'm going to use soft suede, I think, so a darker brown, just because I'm doing browns and yellows and I don't want to put black in there. So we'll just clean this off. Okay. Put this in here. Oops. And just get that out of there. 3/4 of an inch probably. And soft suede. And we will stamp this. I think I might take the sunshine off and just do happy birthday. But I don't know, we'll see. Let me stamp this. There we go. It's very crooked. The stamp is very crooked for some reason. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it needs to go slightly to the right when I think it's straight. Here we go. All right. Nope, I just put my hand in ink. All right, so now I'm gonna trim this down. Like I said, I think I'm gonna take the sunshine off this one. Not that it doesn't work with this card, because it does, but I just want a skinny little sentiment. So we'll do that. Okay, and then I think we're gonna need to just even that out a little bit. So I'm gonna trim that a little bit. Okay, now I have my cute little happy birthday. And where do I want to put it? I kind of like it over here. Could put it over here. I think I'm going to do banner ends on it. So I'm just going to slit in the middle and then do corner to center and corner to center. Okay, and let me fix that, even it out a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. Not my straightest one, but it's fine. Okay, there we go. And I think I'm gonna put it, actually maybe I'll make a cluster, you guys. Maybe we'll do like this, and that will actually hold my little ribbon in place, but I feel like it should be up here. Yeah, I think I kind of like it there. So we're gonna do that, but I need some mini dimensionals. So let me grab those. And I'm gonna put several on here because we wanna make sure this cardstock, this banner and the dimensionals on it make contact with the cardstock on the card. Otherwise, with that ribbon under there, it could make it so that it doesn't stay put, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of put it maybe like that. There we go. Okay, doesn't hold this one in place, but there we are. And then I feel like we should add some tiny bling. What do I have for tiny bling? You know what might work is these. They're vanilla, but I think it kind of pulls out the vanilla of the embossing, and I want little ones. So let's do 2 down here and 1. I don't like the big one. I want to keep it little. 1 over here. There we go. There. That's better. There we have it. There's our finished card today. So, super simple. Nice little technique for you to use as a template. Use your die cuts, windows, your negatives as templates, so you can create an inked background without having to color the whole thing. So again, this was the one from earlier this week where I did the whole paper, and then here I used a little die cut template. So you can see I just cut out a circle die and then used that for the blending. So there we have it. Thank you so much for watching Thursday Throwdown this week. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week. Actually, I won't be here for Thursday Throwdown next Thursday. I will actually be in New Orleans for our leadership conference. So I won't be here live on Thursday, but I will have another video for you on Tuesday on my YouTube channel. So be sure to hop on over there, buy the Shore Stamping, and subscribe so you don't miss any of those. All right, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, and we will see you all again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.